私を追い尽くすのどれだけの涙を隠してきたのだろう落ちてゆくしつきに映る記憶花びらもいつかは散りゆき空に舞う過ぎてゆく無情の意味を教えて最後やろう二人終わり人知れずすれじくて果たしてはいけない秘密打ち合ってたくなるな触れられるほど近い君で僕の手を伸ばしたから時期だだめや君を守るためならここでもいい儚い想いならせめて夢を見せてよ愛し合う夢見せて飲み続ける
Can't be her. Wait right there, Mask Boy. Sorry, Magnus. The Great One? You really make people call you that.
Who are you?
Well, that's a rather icy greeting, considering I traveled across half the globe for the express purpose of seeing you.
I believe you've mistaken me for someone else.
Very well. I won't keep you much longer. But before you go, I want you to have this!
Magnus is the highest-ranked student of Walpurgis. He's the most brilliant puppeteer the school has ever seen. One bloke who deploys 6 automatons at one time is unheard of. He is the obvious favorite to win the title of Wise Man this year.
These young ladies of yours are so touchy. I only wanted to give you a token of our acquaintance. They surely wouldn't object to that.
What did he give him? A jar?
I accept your token with gratitude.
Yaya let you down! She is sorry. Yaya should have fought those dolls off.
Much as I hate to admit it, Charlotte was right. At my current level, I couldn't defeat him. Will I be strong enough? Ever?
Raishin, Yaya is happy to wash your back. You've had such a long, tiring day, and it is a wife's duty to soothe her husband's tension and weariness.
No, Yaya! Hands off! Stop!
It'll be all right.
What are you even talking about?
You will win. Yaya knows. Don't doubt yourself. Today doesn't matter. The festival does.
Yeah, you're right. Thank you. I needed to hear that.
You're welcome. But there is a better way to thank Yaya.
Stop rubbing yourself on me like that.
Yaya loves it
Yaya,
when you
get
squirm.
off of me.
Cheers! Good morning. You're confused. Sorry. Introductions first. I'm
Felix Kingsford, one of the rounds, and the head of the disciplinary board, which is the linchpin of the Academy student government. So what do you want with me?
I believe we can strike a bargain. There's an important matter I'd like to discuss. You haven't heard what I'm offering yet. A guaranteed festival entry. Thought as much. Shall we speak later?
A magic circuit is an alternative to performing a magic ritual. Think of it as a type of engine. Just as we use steam to turn gears, so too can we use magic power to produce a magical effect.
I don't know how I can trust that one, but his offer...
What happened? Are you okay?
The fact you're ignoring my lectures second to last makes clear how little you value your life. Why do you suppose I'm spending my precious time on such basic material?
For new students like me, I suppose, and others who might be failing the course.
Or for a student who is both new and failing. Now answer this if you can. Which magic circuit is currently the most widely used?
Heat, right? No, wait. Power, isn't it? Light, maybe?
Charlotte, enlighten your classmate.
The answer is Eve's heart.
Correct. All automatons contain magic circuits known as Eve's hearts, which are responsible for their animation. These circuits are what allow automatons to function independently. The Eve's heart is vital, giving a doll its intelligence. With it, skilled craftsmen can do great work, even producing automatons nearly identical to human beings. Though, if you ask me, imitating humans is a rather pointless endeavor.
I have no idea what would make you say something like that, Professor. But Yaya is the best automaton in the world.
Oh, Raishin.
She was built by Shoko, after all.
Shoko! Shoko again! It's always her, isn't it? What's Felix up to? He's talking to that new twit.
Interested in him, are we?
No, that's rubbish! Pure drivel! One more word and you're on a green pea diet! I'll admit, he has always behaved in a most gentlemanly way.
No, it's not Felix I was speaking about. I meant the new lad, Raishin. He may be worth getting better acquainted with. I'm certainly impressed. We were having lunch and he inquired as to how I was feeling. Do you not recall that? Sure.
Yes, your point?
He treated me as an individual, an entity separate from you. Most puppeteers would have spoken quite differently. The question would be directed at you rather than me. How is your puppet, is what anyone else would have asked.
I suppose I see what you're getting at.
Shar, I want to ask you something. Raishin and Yaya fought for you when you were outnumbered. Are you prepared to face them in battle when the time comes?
I am Charlotte, of the House of Baloo. Her Majesty granted my family the noble unicorn crest. She bestowed upon us the Northern Earldom. I shall eliminate anyone who stands in my path. Anyone at all.
Now then, shall we discuss our bargain in greater detail?
Well, I know what you're offering, so what do you want from me?
Take a look at these photographs. I doubt you're aware, but 26 Academy students have gone missing since October last. If that weren't bad enough, we've also discovered 12 gruesomely destroyed automatons. The methods, as you can see, are reminiscent of Jack the Ripper.
Who would do such a thing?
A fellow student, one we are calling Cannibal Candy. I would like you to identify him, and then defeat him.
Okay, so why me?
I have two reasons. First, I don't consider you a suspect, given you only just arrived at the Academy. As for the second, I saw you sparring yesterday. You're quite strong. Gives you a sporting chance.
There you are.
Pardon the intrusion. I'm Lizette Norden, Disciplinary Board Vice Chief.
My goodness, love. You're not easily flustered. What's wrong? Has there been another Cannibal Candy incident?
Aye, another doll was found. The crime scene's behind the technology department.
Hi, Charlotte. Hello, Sigmund.
Didn't expect to see you here. Hello, Shah.
I was curious what the commotion was about.
Oh, you know each other?
Rather well, in fact. I've been trying to call on her for ages. Alas, she turns me down every time. Excuse me, I need to see to this mess. Perhaps we'll speak again later. Raishin, come along.
Her magic circuit is missing.
That's his modus operandi. The automatons always look as if he's eaten out their Eve's hearts.
Do you know yet whose it is?
We're still investigating. From what we've been able to determine so far, the automaton was a Bowl user.
Yes, that's right. We fought her yesterday, except... Is something wrong, Char? Hold on a second.
Let me go!
I can certainly empathize. Seeing that must have made her itch for immediate action. My blood's boiling too. We must apprehend this monster and soon. You'll help me track him down, won't you?
Yes, I'll help. But just be forewarned. I'll be doing it my way.
Sorry, if I could have one more moment of your time, I'd appreciate it if we might speak in private. Shan't take long.
In private, huh? Sounds like it's serious.
Very.
Nothing of a romantic nature, I hope.
Please, I am Vice Chief of the Disciplinary Board. I have a solemn duty to this academy. No time for such thoughts.
All right. I was only busting your
How can
chops.
you even say such lecherous things? You ought to be ashamed!
That's the pot calling the kettle black!
Yeah, you will stay to make sure this girl doesn't try
I'm
anything!
fine on my own. Go back to the room.
Come back as soon as your conversation is done.
Unless you want the dorm reduced to rubble.
Don't you dare! No rubble! You hear me? Well, what did you want to talk about?
I regret the necessity of doing this, but I'm afraid I must warn you about something. Charlotte may be your friend, but please be wary of her. Her automaton is not what he seems. He is a bando. I'm sure you know what constitutes a bando. Their parts include living tissue. Their existence violates the mage code of ethics. According to Baloo family tradition, Sigmund has committed countless atrocities for generations, burning entire villages, devouring innocent people. I hear even now he can't maintain his firm unless he feasts on a steady diet of meat.
What are you trying to say?
To get right to it, we suspect Cannibal Candy has been using a bando to commit these murders.
Raishin, you're thinking about that pink-haired vixen right now, aren't you?
I am. How do you always know these things?
Hand over your undergarments right this minute! Yaya will thoroughly inspect them to ascertain whether you had relations this afternoon.
Like hell you will! Seriously, Yaya, you have no concept of how people work!
But that vixen!
At any rate, tomorrow I plan to start really looking into this case. Given everything I've seen and heard about Cannibal Candy, we have to find this killer. Are you with me?
Yes!
Charlotte? What are you doing over here so late? Yes?
Go out with me! Rather, I'll allow you to take me out. Tomorrow, perhaps, after lessons are finished.
Huh?
No! Thank you for the lovely offer, but no!
Yeah, sure. Sounds good. I'll see you then.
Excellent, I shall hold you to it. How could you? You're so cruel, Yaya! Crossing over you!
Interesting spot to choose for a date.
Poor blind fool. This isn't a date, it's a trap.
Actually, I had assumed as much.
Don't be alarmed, you're perfectly safe, I assure you. Should the villain appear, I'll handle it. You just stand there looking helpless.
Now I see. You don't have any friends, do you?
Why would you say that? Oh,
You needed help with this plan of yours, and you came to me, the guy you just met.
I know! You've misread the situation, I'm helping you! Ungrateful lout that you are.
Okay, I get it. You heard Felix offered me a festival entry if I could solve this case, which means you must have been eavesdropping.
And if I was, what of it?
I think I'm done with this. Enough of playing detective. Let's go on that date instead.
What? How unbelievably forward of you!
You're the one who asked me out. Or does the daughter of the great Baloo family not keep her word?
How dare you, sir! Fine then, name the place and I shall take you there! No, sirree! Absolutely not! Yaya will chaperone you!
I know. Let's go into town.
Into town? Then Sigmund can't come.
Correct. It's considered normal practice to not bring one's automaton on dates.
Ah, I wouldn't be so boorish as to ruin your fun. Have a good time.
Wait, that's my hand!
And this is a date.
Let me go this instant!
Quit flailing.
You might try having a bit more faith in your master.
Does he even deserve it?
Trust me when I say I am an accurate judge of a person's character. I have had 150 years on this earth to figure it out. There was no lust in his eyes when they left.
Really?
Really. Though I must admit, boys his age are unpredictable at best. No denying that. So I suppose it's always possible something may happen between them.
Yaya knew it!
We are not human, you and I. You may be more or less human both in appearance and functionality, but you mustn't forget that you will never actually be one of them.
Yaya knows that already, too.
Automatons operate on magical power supplied to us by our puppeteers. Given that, it's natural to feel great affection for your master, but I don't understand how you came to be so obsessed.
Yaya cares for Raishin. That's all. Yaya won't say more out loud.
At any rate, our master's not here right now, and Cannibal Candy is still on the loose. We must be careful.
I don't know about you, but I'm famished. Let's go back.
Why? We can eat here. Come on, I'll even treat.
I don't take charity from liches! Oh, fine, let's eat! But I'll have you know I will never forgive you for this embarrassment! It looks divine! Out of curiosity, the other day, why did you eat lunch at my table?
Just seemed like the natural progression.
Of what? We were hardly friends. First I yelled at you, then you challenged me to a duel. Then you insist we dine together? That could only make sense to a blithering idiot.
I believe I'll take that as a compliment.
But why so intent on my entry anyway? There are 100 of us who qualified to compete. You could easily have picked a lower ranked target.
Victory against easy prey wouldn't mean as much. I tried to take an entry by force, but at the expense of another person. That'd be inexcusable without also taking a personal risk. And even then, it's still inexcusable. Sorry. Yeah, I'm not explaining myself very well.
When we first met, my impression was you were a tough person to read. But I've come to realize you're just daft.
So, any more questions for me?
Only one for now, I think. About your fighting style, what is it called? I noticed you were fighting alongside your puppet.
Technically, that was me cheating. I was creating a formation. It's my family's fighting specialty. Using group tactics. That's us, pulling the strings of a team of dolls. However, my training was kind of rushed. I got my hands full with just Yaya. The other day, I was just using my own body in place of another doll. So it's a good thing I know a little something about martial arts.
What do you mean your training was rushed?
Well, I didn't start really studying until just over 2 years ago.
What? And you already want to compete for Wise Man?
I have my reasons. Let's leave it at that. My turn. Do you have a crush on Felix?
What? Don't make me sound so common! My relationship with Felix is nothing so vulgar as that!
I don't see anything vulgar about it. It's no big deal. That sort of thing is human nature.
I'm telling you to drop it right now, or I shall be forced to cause you grievous bodily harm! Only sometimes I make enemies without realizing or meaning to. So as head of the disciplinary board, Felix worries about me, that's all.
He's asked you to go out with him, hasn't he? Why not accept?
I can't do that. Don't you know how popular Felix is? With girls, I mean. The chicks are practically rabid about him.
So you'd wind up with even more enemies. Is that it?
Precisely.
What about you? Why do you want to be the wise man?
I have a dream. Something important. Something I'm willing to get blood on my hands for.
Fair enough. Thank you for coming shopping with me. You were a big help.
To be honest, I'm surprised buying her a gift even occurred to you. What is it? Is she so terrifying you have to buy her presents to placate her?
Well, I wouldn't say that. Not where she can hear me.
You're pitiful, you know that? Ordered around by your own automaton. That's plain backwards. Look, about what you said before, the reason you chose to challenge my entry.
Yeah?
I want you to know, I get it. You're still daft, but I understand wanting to be punished. There are things in my past I'm not proud of either.
Huh? No.
Cannibal candy!
Didn't think you'd strike again so soon. Yaya!
Raishin! Give